Devil in a red dress. Call 911, I'm a killer. You know I hate to confess. Bang, bang, got my hand on the trigger. The devil in a red dress. Call 911, I'm a killer. You know I hate to confess. Bang, bang, got my hand, bang, got my hand. Call
I see an American flag, I immediately look at that I'm like, that person's probably a bigot. That person's probably a homophobe. That person's probably a racist if they're just flying American flags out everywhere.
Incorrect. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. Thank you for joining us at DLD After Dark. I already see so many of you incredible people out here in chat, so let's just go ahead and jump right into it. Man, some crazy things popping off up here, man. And I see you guys. I see y'all. Look at y'all hitting the heart and the whatever that thing is on mobile. When you clap that thing, you can see it real time. Go ahead and clap that thing again. I saw you guys out there. Tap, 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 tap. I saw the little hearts and bubbles. Hey, there they go. There they go. Look at that. It's a beautiful thing. Love it. Appreciate you guys. The sad thing, unfortunately, dang, that thing's blowing up, son. 100. The sad thing now is, unfortunately, even if you're sitting here like boop, 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 I love what this guy's saying. Boop, boop, boop. Man, this is great. Unfortunately, YouTube doesn't translate that to liking the video. So if you would like to help push this video algorithmically, then what you would need to do is literally close the chat function, which is why most of you guys are here to chat with the homies. You would need to close the chat function, go up into the top left side if you're on mobile, and click that silly gay little thumbs up, and then there's another silly gay thumbs up. And then from there, make the decision if you'd like to like the video or not. But if you do, similar to one of our friends here, Mr. Jason Ewing. It's been a minute since I've seen you, brother. Great to see you, man. Appreciate you. Hope you and Shauna are doing well. Jason Ewing, member for 31 months, bro. What? dude, I so appreciate the support, man. That's awesome, and great to see you here. As I said, I hope you and the fam are well. Thank you, man. He says, don't forget to hit the thumbs up, everybody. So I appreciate you so much, man. You are the man, and wifey is the woe man. So appreciate both you guys. Hope you're well. So let's go ahead and jump into it, man. So some crazy things have actually popped up lately. I kind of shifted and changed the camera angle a little bit. I know it's not like perfectly perpendicular, but I wanted to bring it down a little bit and kind of have. I'm still standing, you know what I'm saying? I'm still standing, but I need to literally like reorganize this whole thing. And no, Kurt, I haven't gotten the AMSHT all figured out, but I'm a little bit closer. Like after we spoke, I'm like this much closer. So we'll work on that. But the dope thing is that all of these items at DLD Hardware, man, I can't believe I actually have ads on my stream. They usually don't do that. Usually they shut it down and they limit it like nearly immediately. But they have to run ads because they get paid for that, but they just won't, pay your boy for it. So anyway, yeah, some crazy things have dropped recently, and even as of today, there. See, I don't want to say it like I don't want to be like hyper inflammatory, but there were some flyers posted, and that was shared. I don't know if you guys watch things like Tim Pool had discussed it. There were some flyers posted that we're going to talk about, and I would encourage all of you guys. Look, we all talk about staying strapped. You must stay strapped. That is like a basic minimum requirement, provided that you're legally able to and stuff. That's up to you as an individual, right? But I personally believe it is of the utmost importance to keep your tools on you. Not only your tool, right? Even when you're at the house right now, you know what I'm saying, in a fat tack holster, but also keep a blade on you, right? And then also keep the best and the brightest, goom beam all day. And then also for those less intense encounters, even those with potentially wildlife, keep that hot sauce on you, just in case you get like a taco or burrito or something that is lacking in the flavor department. What some people say is what's to be used between a harsh word and a gun. And I think that's a great way to look at it. Shout out to John Correa, even though a lot of people dislike him. Personally, I like the guy. I like his outlook on a lot of things. Anyway, we're going to jump into it because it seems like there may be some more threats for just basic, average, everyday Americans, people like us, people that may have more Christian constitutionalist, conservative. Um, oh, what? Yo, P38 Wilbur just sent me a PayPal tip. 223, my man. $22.30 for the 223. He said, give me a big tip, so paying it for. Oh, just had a customer give me a big tip, so I'm paying it for it. Dude, you're the man, brother. I appreciate you so much, man. Honestly, look, here's the crazy thing, right? You never know what is going on in someone's life. So when, like we always say at the close of every show, right? What are the three rules? Rule number one is to be kind. It's so important to be kind in everything that we do. That brief interaction that you have with somebody else could have a massive impact on their life. So be kind, please. Rule number two is to live a life of care, compassion, contribution, give to others. Because when you bless others, you become blessed because a hand that's open to give is open to receive, right? And rule number three, of course, because we know the only way for us to defeat evil is with good men skilled in violence. Please make sure that you're becoming as highly skilled in violence as you possibly can be, and be safe, be dangerous, and keep that thing on you. And you never ever know what's going on in someone else's life. So the fact that people just jump in and contribute means so much more than you could ever know. Because yeah, that's a huge help. So thank you, brother. I appreciate you so much, man. So blessings on blessings on blessings. Man, I should take a snippet. If I could take a snippet of that without the music, I would totally do that. But y'all know whoever Drake is signed to, like Sony or they would snatch that so quick, they would shut it down. Actually, my last show that we did was ineligible for whatever. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to complain. Anyway, That's how they do it. You know, when you get the red dollar signs, you are not doing something right. All right. There's green dollar signs on YouTube. There's yellow dollar signs on YouTube, which most of mine are yellow. It's like, we can run ads on your stuff, but we're not going to pay you because the stuff that you talk about is a little bit racy. Okay. By racy, you know, saying things like Christ is king, saying things like carry a gun, saying things like, you know, live a holy life. Those are bad. Okay, those are bad on YouTube. You don't want to say stuff like that on YouTube. Okay, terrible to say stuff like Christ is king, right? You know, some people, they just get murdered for saying things like that. For me, it's just, you know, YouTube tries to murder my channel. Um, Anyway, moving along. My apologies. So, welcome everyone to DLD After Dark. We do a live show every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday at around 10:30 p.m. Eastern. And every Tuesday and Thursday is on YouTube. And then every sábado for the Spanish speakers, every Saturday is on Grumble. Drop the G. So every Saturday we do a live show 10:30. It's called the After Hours Armory. And I love that name too. It's so dope because like the armory is the place that you go to have those conversations, to have the, and it's after hours, so it's like it's the best of all the worlds. Hey, yo, Roosta, my man. Hold on, let me skip here. Fat Rooster, brother. Appreciate you, man. Thank you so much. Fat Rooster with the $5 super chat. Thank you. Very generous of both you guys. Says, Dark, thanks for the tech support. P1 and AMS are running great. Hey, that's what's up. Print gang once again. Printing. Is it printing or printing gang? We'll say printing gang. I like that better. That's awesome. I actually okay. Kurt has been extremely helpful in this regard because, like, you know, I've been into printing now for a while, and I for so long I didn't just jump right into it. I pushed it off. You know, I waited, and finally I got an Ender 3 for $99. And the moment you sit there with like a 24-cent Glock frame, it's like, okay, I'm committed, right? Like, what else can I do to improve this? And then you start doing mods to your printer and stuff like that. And I just had so many issues. So it kind of started to turn me off. And then, bro, when you get a bamboo, dog, game changer. It's like installing a microwave. You install the microwave and just like press start and it's working. The bamboo is like that. And right now I'm sitting at almost 5,000 hours of runtime on my bamboo P1P. And I've not printed nylon on my machine. There's a lot that I want to print in nylon for the purpose of DLD hardware to be able to sell Glock FRTs, 1022 FRTs, TX22 FRTs, and so much more. MP5 lowers. What? I know, MP5 lowers on DLD hardware? That's crazy. And also, oh man, hold up. I got to show you all these too. Hold up. Y'all are going to trip out. Whoa. So I was gonna wait. I showed the marble one, but let me show you all these. So this is like slightly changed from the original, but this is like the perfect thick Glock block. Okay. So we got the DLD hardware color one. This is the thick with two C's. Glock GLOCC, block BLOCC, and it fits. Okay, check this out. It fits OEM frames, it fits P80 frames, it fits Dagger frames, it fits Lone Wolf, Freedom Wolf frames, it fits all the frames, and it is perfect. You just get to drop your pins in there. It's super easy to work with, and it locks it in. It actually locks if you pop the slide off. The frame sits in this piece beautifully, regardless of what frame you have. So it kind of locks it in. So we got the DLD hardware colors right here. We got, check this out, OD green and black. That's fire. And that's dope, right? But then I was like, well, what if we did Definition Knives colors? Bing! Look at that. Black, red, and white Definition Knives colors. It's beautiful. And you got a little tray up there too. Put your pins in there, put your parts, you know, whatever. We got just straight white and red. This is pretty fly. This is like the old school J's kind of setup. But the black, white, and red, that just has a special place in my heart. I did another one, but reverse. So white on the bottom, white on the top, red in the middle. This one is pretty fire. And then this one is black in the bottom, red on the back, white on the top. So just trying to do things like that. But the marble ones, dog, the marble ones are fire. But I actually threw the most recent marble one that I did. If you guys saw the crosses that I was doing, the all things through him. This I actually personally catted out myself. I literally made this, made the file and all that. I think I have one of the where's the, do I have just one of the, I don't think I have one of the, oh, here we go. Hold on. I think this one, yeah, there we go. Bam. Straight up all marble. This thing is super fire. Hold on. Switch all things through him, baby. Which is a play. I hate to like change the scripture, right? But it's a play on the um Philippians verse, all things through Christ who strengthens me. So it's based on that, but it's just a reminder, right? I got a bunch of different kinds of hardware. I actually got some new hardware too. I know I'm not just trying to sell y'all stuff. I don't even sell these, honestly. I throw them into orders when people place orders and stuff like that. Which, if anyone out there has been waiting on the package, then don't trip, because I've been having tons and tons and tons of packages go out. All you guys that have been waiting for a while. AR Drew, I feel so bad for AR Drew. He was waiting forever. I didn't have his info at first, and then goals happened, and then all that stuff. So he's got something with a bunch of extras coming. Red Dawn. And then I've been having some issues on the back end of my stuff. So just be patient, y'all. But I appreciate y'all so much. Um, Thank you again, Fat Rooster. I appreciate you, brother. Glad that you're printing. P38 Wilbur with the 556 super chat. Thank you, brother. He says, "Can you print nylon stockings?" You probably wouldn't want to rock those, brother. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Dang, man, look at you guys. Thank you again, P38 Wilbur. You just sent a PayPal and you sent a super chat. My guy, man. Thank you, brother. Let's see. I missed another one. Hold on. Let me go back. Did we get, hold on, okay, so that was Fat Rooster, and then that was P38 Wilberto. Mike McClune, the Goon, brother, great to see you, man. Chana member for 42 months. That's crazy. Yo, thank you, brother. Do me a favor, for people out there, if you are a channel member, sound off in chat, throw an 07, a salute, or a 1 in chat. We're going to go through and welcome everybody. I appreciate y'all. We're going to be quick, though, because, okay, this is the first night that I have had air conditioning in my home in 7 or 8 days. Okay, I was dying, sweating like crazy. I finally got a feel for what it was like to be Red Dawn, because my man Red Dawn would be doing, he used to do his live streams in his garage, unair conditioned garage in Florida, for like 1, 2, 3+ hours, like crazy. Well, that's how my house was for a week. I have not gotten like good sleep for a week, bro. It has been insane. Finally, thank the Lord, I got a completely new air conditioning system installed today, and it was crazy, a ridiculous amount of work. I hated it. My dog hated it. He had to be locked up in the crate. It just sucked all around. But man, when that new system kicked in, and that, I was like, oh, we've made it. Anyway, so that was great. Still hitting the bike every single day. I've still been losing weight, still been hitting it hard, and I'm grateful for everyone that's given inspiration on that, man. Thank you. So let's do this. So first in chat, hold up. Let's bring it back. First in chat was dang old Matt. Appreciate you, brother. Thank you so much. Let's do a crisp high five. Whoopsh. Thank you, brother. Appreciate you, man. Dang old Matt is in there, bam, like that. And it's not like he just jumps in there at 10:30. Okay. Like I jumped in at like 10:38 or something like that, and he was, boom, he was in there. So shout out to you. Right behind him was Kurt 24, the producer of the show. Appreciate you, brother. Thank you so much. And Kurt 24 is not only a channel member, and I don't even know, he's been a channel member for like 48 months. Like since the moment channel memberships were available, he jumped in. And the reason why that's important is because you guys out there that know, nearly 90% of the support on the channel comes from channel memberships. So thank you so much, man. Also, the Cash Apps, the PayPals, all that means a lot. So thank you. And you know what is crazy? How did I miss this? Let me go back. Y'all see my logo right up here? Me either. Psh, there we go. All right. It kind of cuts off my 10.3 inch 5.56. I don't know. What do you think? It's all good. We'll leave it. Maybe I should switch it to this. No, that's in bad taste. Maybe I'll do the chicken bone syringe. A lot of y'all don't know about the chicken bone syringe. Maybe one day we'll talk about that. Oh, I could just rock the glowies. Or maybe the Christmas joint. We're too far away. Maybe I need a pumpkin spice latte. I despise everything. And the fact that they tried to take PSL, don't you dare try to take PSL from the gun community, okay? You can't do it. PSL is not a stupid fake pumpkin latte, all right? It is a long-range Eastern European rifle. That's all that it will ever be. That's it. All right, let's bring it back here. Blue Curtain Burner, brother, great to see you. You got something on the way out to you too. So thank you for your patience, for your ridiculous amount of exceptionally long patience, long throbbing patience. Thank you. Also, Chenamemba Gort, also Chenamemba. Great to see you, brother. Appreciate you, man. Kurt 24, Gord. Oh, and this is the last week. So for everyone out there, there is no other ammunition company out there, period, that is going to give you $35 of free ammunition when you sign up and spend $20, except Ammo Squared. Ammo Squared is the official sponsor of DLD After Dark, of Black Diamond Guns and Gear, of the After Hours Armory, and they are tremendously based. So you need to show them some love. But it's okay if for some reason that you can't in September. After September, come October, you'll still get $25 in free ammo. And it also kicks $25 in free ammo to your boy, too. So it's a win-win-win. Now, the reason they're doing $35 in September is because this is their 10th year anniversary. So the entire month of September, they gave you guys $35 of free ammo when you sign up. Again, tell me another company that's giving out $35 of ammo to a new person that joins and spends $20. But they kick $35 of free ammo here to me too. So they're giving $70 of ammo away when you sign up and spend $20. And you don't need to continue spending money. There's no membership, there's no fee, there's no cost, there's no nothing. It is just the best, easiest, most passive way to purchase ammunition of whatever kind you want, caliber you want, quality you want, whatever, in 2025. So show them some love. This is your last week. I mean, you guys literally have like 6 days, 6 days left to right? Yeah, you got like 5 days. Or no, is it the 20? Stop it. Until midnight, you got 4 or 5 days to get $35 worth of free ammo. So there you go. Yeah, and Kurt, like I said, I'm working on it. Jason Ewing, also with Chenamemba. Again, great to see you, brother. Appreciate you, man. Let's see, Kurt 24, Gord. I'm just getting caught up here. Live Life, brother. Great to see you as well. Also with Chenamemba. Thank y'all. Let's see, we got Gord, we got Jason Ewing. Gord Hoagie One, brother, great to see you. Also a Chenamemba. Appreciate you, fellas. Thank you so much. Kurt 24, the producer of the show. We already clicked on Jason Ewing's member chat. Thank you so much. And Mike McClune, the goon, brother, great to see you as well. He says fish tacos and a salad was dinner at work tonight. That's what's up, man. That's I don't know, something for me. Fish tacos, man. I just can't. A taco needs to be a taco, you know. But for real, I don't even really mess with tacos like that. I'm a burrito kind of guy, soft shell all day. Are y'all? Hold on. Are you guys hard tortilla eaters out there? Don't tell me that you guys are crunchy taco kind of guys, right? No, that can't be. You wouldn't be here if you enjoyed crunchy tacos, because that's just not human. Gort, Kurt 24, Jason Ewing, Marconi, brother, great to see you. Not only Marconi is also a moderator, but also he has a really, really, really dope business making the Glizzy slides. Am I wearing the Glizzy? Oh, I'm not wearing the Glizzy shirt. Sorry, I changed. I forgot. I am wearing my Save a Pup, Abolish the ATF shirt, though. Great to see you, brother. Also, if you use code DARK on Marconi's website, you will save some monies as well. So definitely do not do that, as PSR says. Jason Ewing, Kurt 24. Let's see who else we got. We got Gort. We said what's up to Gort. Jason Ewing, Zanti Misfit, brother. Great to see you. Also a channel member. Appreciate you, brother. Fat Rooster as well. We acknowledged him for the super chat, but also he is a channel member. So thank you so much. Let's see. Gort, Kurt 24, Live Life. We said what's up to y'all. Live life. Kurt 24. Let's see who else we got. We got Gort. We got Live Life. I'm catching up here. Hang tight. Then we're going to get into the guts and the glory. So let's see. Kurt 24, the producer of the show. Gort. Let's see. Glock 29 Gen 5, my choice most days. So I carry a 30S sometimes, mostly because I love my nines. All right. I will, like right now, I'm running a 9mm, but I do love switching between my 21 and my 30S because something about a very, very compact 10+1 45 ACP that is no bigger than a 19 is just super dope to me. And you can run your Glock 21 mags in the 30 or 30S, depending on which one you got. The 30S is essentially the 30 with, so it's a Glock 30 with the SF frame, but a lot of people don't know this. They took the Glock 36 slide, which is the S. That's where the S comes from because it's the single stack slide, and it fits and runs on a Glock 30. So if anyone out there has an old school Glock 30, technically, if you also have a Glock 36, which is probably one of my unicorn Glocks that I know it's available, I know it's out there, you can buy them for like $350. But if I, which I actually got my Glock 30S for $350, if I came across the super slim 6+1, a 7-round Glock 36 single stack 45 ACP, I would have to find a way to get it. I actually got a bunch of guns at the gun shop right now on consignment that I'm selling. I got that crazy Scorpion with the binary trigger optic, like whatever, 6, 8 mags. I don't even know how many mags. The brace with the factory stock arm. I got the blue Keltec Sub 2000 up there. The micro 4.75 inch 5.56 with an aim point on it, and the whole thing's for the cost of like the aim point. Anyway, I got a bunch of guns at a shop on consignment. If anyone out there, is interested, let me know. Yo, baptized in fire, bro. I haven't seen you in a minute, man. Good to see you, doggy. Plastic get what? Yo, what? The top knot. I know it's been a minute, bro. It's been a minute. All right, hold up. If in the show, I'll pop this thing off and you'll see how much hair I'm rocking. It's crazy. Like, I don't know if you can really tell from there, but yeah, I've been rocking the old whatchamacallit for a minute. That it's what it is it's lefty libtard camouflage, right? So I'm walking around with a man bun and a chihuahua. No one would even think twice, right? But little do they know, I am strapped to the teeth. If you guys don't know, Plastic Gats is one of the homies. He's a fellow pilk enjoyer. He's also a 3DP enjoyer. So yeah, homie, great to see you, man. I haven't seen you in a minute, and it's really good to see you in chat, brother. Hope you're well. I think he's probably mostly on the tweeters nowadays, but it's just a guess. Let's see, Mike McClune. Let's see, Kurt 24. Man, you know what? Plastic Gats, I would love to have you back on the show, brother. You were just such like an energetic, like exciting person to have on. You know what I'm saying? Like it'd be dope to have you come on. If you guys don't know, go follow him. I mean, dude is awesome. Let's see, Kurt 24. Let's see who else we got. There's Kurt 24. Let me see. Hey, there he is. Hot Dog 990, brother. Great to see you, man. Hope you and the wifey are well. Also, a channel member, of course. And while we continue going through the channel members, enjoy this brief video. Unfortunately, there are some people out there in the media. They have an agenda. I'll tell you all about it.
Fortunately, some members of the media use their platforms to push their own personal bias.
And agenda to control exactly what people think. This is extremely dangerous to our democracy.
You know what? It's also extremely dangerous to a constitutional republic as well. Okay, so let's actually not continuously. There are times because like the printer will be running, right? I don't have it run during the show. Sometimes I'll have to like start a show while the bamboo is running, and then I'll eventually like, it'll run out, and then after the show I'll start another one. I'm running multiple build plates of jigs and stuff like that every day. But once I run the build plate of jigs, I got to pop them off. If I don't start another print immediately, I got to pop them off. I got to clean them. I got to QC the holes, make sure the holes are freaking spot on, clean them, do post processing, and then after all that, then I got to put the hardware in them. Then once I do the post processing, cleaning them, making sure the holes are concentric, then I got to put the hardware in them. Then I got to package them. But then that's just packaging the jig. That's not filling the orders. So right. So then I got to take them all to the table. Then I fill the orders. Then I run out of product, and I'm like, oh crap. So then I got to go to the other ones that I've printed. Then I got to do the same thing. Oh, it's just constant. And then you find out you get a bunch of orders sitting back there that you haven't been able to fill yet. And yeah, I've been dealing with that. Lots. I mean, super blessed to have businesses where people actually go like purchase things, which is super gangster. It's just I've been having issues with the back end of both of my stores, dldhardware.com and definitionknives.com. And thank you for everyone for the support. But I found another one, man, where someone had made a purchase and the order didn't print out. It's a whole bunch of stuff I've been dealing with, but I'm working on it, guys. Jonah was my literal IT guy, and I've struggled a little bit after that. Like just to showcase an element of like the trust I had with him, I literally would give him remote access of my computer. Okay, that's how close like Jonah and I were. My man had like that 99.999% trust. All right, we got P38 Wilberto, Mike McClune, the Goon. There he is, Fluffy Bunny Arsenal, brother. Great to see you, man. Also with Chenamemba. And guys, don't forget, Mike McClune, the Goon, is also a moderator as well. So Fluffy Bunny, Blue Curtain, Kurt 20foski. There he is, Lightning McQueen, brother. Great to see you. Also with Chenamemba. Appreciate all you guys. Mike McCluneski, the Goonski. Let's see, Fluffy Bunny. Lightning McQueen, Fat Rooster, Kurt 23.5, Lightning McQueen. Let's see. Yeah, and I'll talk. So I'll finish kind of my idea with the whole where I was going with the printer thing. Drewski, lifetime Chenamemba. Great to see you, Drewski. Hope you're well. It's always great to get a text from Drew too, because he's like, "Happy Tuesday, brother. Happy Wednesday, brother. Happy Thursday, brother." It's like, dang, man, my man for real has gratitude for each and every singular day, and it's awesome, and it's a refreshing perspective. So I appreciate you, Drewski. Dang, you hear that? This thing's buzzing. Hold up. Yo. It's not just the mic too. That's crazy. Must be good for me. Okay, let's see. Fluffy Bunny, Lightning McQueen. Let's see who else we got. Drewski, Chenamemba, Kurt 24, Chenamemba. Drewski's also a moderator. Mike McClune. Live life. Mine just takes a little out every week. Yeah, it's super easy just to do a small amount, man. Joe Q, brother, great to see you. Also a moderator. For a while, back when I was balling, I was doing $50 a week. So every like month and a half, 2 months, I would get them to ship it, because once it's above 250, something like that, it's free shipping. So I've literally in 2.5 years, or a little more now, I have never paid one singular dollar for shipping on Ammo Squared. It's gangster. Commie laws going into effect tomorrow morning in Oregon. What commie laws, bro? I was not even hip to that. Oh man, Crunchy and Proud, you're tripping, bro. Yeah, commie laws, man. If it is, I'm not supposed to say anything to encourage anyone to do. Look, I'll start by saying this. Every single person should make an intentional effort to follow all the laws, rules, regulations, restrictions, sanctions, ordinances, and all the blah, blah, blah. Okay. And with that said, any law that is repugnant to the Constitution, it is your duty to disobey it. Just saying. But don't get in trouble, because the only thing they have to use against us as a weapon is just simply incarceration and death. That's all. Just those two little things. Ed Zachary, brother, great to see you. Also a Chenamemba. Appreciate you, brother. See, but with him, he saluted with his right hand. With the others, he saluted with his left hand. What does this mean? It was just the hand that I had free. All the weirdos that say crazy things, I don't get it. It is entertaining, though. I will tell you that. Lightning McQueen, Kurt 24. Let's see. I just want to make sure we're not missing anybody else. Ed Zachary, Fluffy Bunny Arsenal, Kurt 24. Let's see. Mike McClune, Lightning McQueen, Drewski, Ed Zachary, Fluffy Bunny, Drewski. Hey, your name, brother. Great to see you as well. Glauks. Man, I wish I could see. It's the Tylenol. Yo, no, we're going to talk. Hey, drop it like it's Scott. Another great channel that all of you guys should 100% support and subscribe to. So my man is a good dude, man. Go check him out. DB Koopa, brother, great to see you. Also a channel member. Appreciate you, brother. Let's see. I just want to make sure we're not missing anyone. We got your name. We got DB Koopa, also a channel member. And to anyone else that's in here that's not a channel member, the honorable mentions, love y'all. Appreciate y'all so much. By you simply being here and just being here as a viewer and watching and spending your time here chatting in the mix, y'all know we get on average like 1,700 chat messages per live show that we do. That is insane to me. Like I can't even imagine. And to only carry like 50 to 80 people like per live show, and we'll get like anywhere from 2, 3, 4, maybe 500 views. Y'all are chatting like crazy. It's insane. So I appreciate y'all. Thank you for coming in and like, engaging. But one thing you could do that would help immensely is obviously I see y'all every now and then tapping the little heart and the 100 emoji and all that stuff. I see that. But if you actually click the little thumbs up, that would be a huge help. If you click that bad boy right there. What you would have to do is actually exit the chat function, which is so whack. Why would they make it that difficult? And then click the thumbs up. Yo, we got T for Tejas in here as well, brother. Great to see you, man. Appreciate you so much, man. We got TMC, Damian Christ, Damian Christ, G23, all the homies in here, man. Thank you so much. Hey, stop it. Are you for real? Dang, man. And then Hot Dog 990 just gifted 10 DLD After Dark channel memberships. Woo! Yo, thank you, man. Appreciate you, dude. For real. That means a lot, man. Not only is that super supportive of the channel, but the homies are also becoming channel members too. So they get the shout out, they get the love and all that, and priority in chat. But remember, for people out there that don't know, okay, so there's a lot of guys out there that are like in the chat that are not getting the gifted memberships. And which, by the way, this is a big deal for a Hot Dog 990 to give away that many. If it's like the mid tier is like $4 or something like that, $5, you just bought 10 of them. That's a huge contribution to the channel and to y'all. So thank you so much, Hot Dog 990, for real. That's a big deal. Robert Ham, good to see you. Garen Wilson, good to see you too. Joe Morris, my brother, good to see you, man. But it also is important that you guys know that you actually have to go in your YouTube. I think it's either on your page somewhere or it's near where the super chat is. You have to click like it's a plus sign, I think, and you click it and it says allow gifts. If you click allow gifts, then those gifted memberships will come to you first, because it goes to the people engaging most first, as long as you click allow gifts. So just remember that. So let's go back and see. So Hot Dog 990 gifted 10 DLD After Dark channel memberships. Thank you, brother. Tuck Firance got a membership. Buzz got a membership. Know Ya Gun Guy got a membership. Victory Has Defeated You got a membership. Bojo, Spin 360, Oki, And Yeba got a membership. BDD got a membership as well. And Valiant Slothman got a membership. That's dope. Thank you so much, man. Appreciate you, brother. Thank you, man. For real. Hot Dog 990. You're the man, man. You are the man. Appreciate you, man. Okay, so something that I saw come up. Hey, Spin 360, brother. Is he in here as well? Did he actually come in here? No, just from me mentioning him. Anyway, all you guys, we love y'all. So, okay, so check this out. I'm not much of like y'all know me like from having these conversations. I am not a fan of the whole right versus left thing, and everyone on the right, is this, and everyone on the left is this, and everyone at the right saying the left killed Charlie Kirk and all that. Like and trust, man, I've been pissed, hurt, sad, and all of the things, right? But I never want to just accept the narrative that they're feeding us. I always want to question everything. I don't believe any singular thing that they've delivered to us so far. Okay. And it's interesting to see when we look at what occurred, we're looking at it from the standpoint of this just in, the biggest voice in Christianity in the country, right? And Christian conservative constitutionalist values, right? The biggest voice, influential voice, was murdered. He was assassinated. And that is going to be, I mean, the amount of steam, the amount of attention, the amount like that, it's crazy, right? But they started this conversation with this massive thing that occurred and then said it happened by a man that was on a rooftop with a 30-06, 200 yards away. So when we're all looking at this, we're looking through that lens of this must have happened 200 yards away with a 30-06, and boom, that's it. So then we stop asking questions when we're looking at them. We're like, yeah, no, I don't know. This isn't really making sense because I've seen what a 30-06 can do, and that's not what a 30-06 does. And so anyway, we always need to question the information that they give us, period, right? But regardless of what is truth or not, most of the people out there are just going to right off the bat. That was a weak snap. Right off the bat, just accept what the mainstream media delivers to them like this. I told you guys about the conversation I had with a few people in my neighborhood, but one of them specifically was with a very left-leaning lady who is here legally from Germany, who believes that if she voices any opinion of dissent at all, or on the internet or on social media or whatever, that she would be immediately deported without question, and that she might be deported to, say, El Salvador, right? Like they really genuinely believe this. And I'd asked her, like, well, where do you usually get your news? And she said, oh, I can't watch the news anymore. I said, okay, well, like, then what do you do to stay current on information? She says, what I do is I go to the news sources that I used to watch, CNN, MSNBC, NBC, ABC, all the C's. And then she says, and I just read headlines. I'm like, I'm sorry, what? So I'm so concerned about the state of the country that I'm actually looking for less information. I'm actually looking to take in less information and just read the scary part at the beginning. And then I just run away and tell all my friends so I can appear to be, all knowing when it comes to the information that's being pushed out there, and this is why there's a number of reasons why that's dangerous, but you're not doing any independent seeking of truth, right? Like this is, anyway, one of the reasons why our world is collapsing. Really, we need God. But anyway, in this conversation, I'm exploring things, and it kind of dawned on me that, like, okay, so if everyone is just accepting of the mainstream media, especially if they're only reading the sound bites, the headlines or whatever, listening to sound bites and reading the headlines, then this is an interesting thing. So today, I don't usually take in all types of alt media like Tim Pool, Steven Crowder, and stuff like that. But today I watched one of the uploads by Tim Pool, and think what you will about him. I don't care, right? But I will look for information from time to time, regardless of who the source is. And there was a flyer at a college campus, which had appeared other places too, but there was a flyer at a college campus, and the flyer said, and I actually could show you all a picture here too. The flyer said, "Hey fascist, comma, catch!" exclamation point. Now, oh, did I not take? I swore I took a snapshot of that. I guess I didn't grab it. Man, that sucks, dude. I could pull it up if you'd like. But either way, it was John Brown Gun Club, which is a left-leaning gun club organization, and they were trying to. What was said was that they were using the "Hey Fascist" catch, which was reported. I don't even know if I believe that. I'm just saying what was reported. It was reported to be on one of the cartridges inside of the gun that killed Charlie Kirk. Okay. Um, I don't believe that it was a guy on a roof 200 yards away with a 30-06. Say what you will. Sorry, I'm just saying. Yeah, I do. I'd love to have Joe Vacu on. Love Joe Vacu. He's a wealth of knowledge, and he's been around the block a few times, and he knows the directions. So anyway, apparently one of the cartridges, one of the 30-06 cartridges within 200 yards, which would have blown the back I mean, God bless him and God bless his soul and his family. But that exit wound would have been so visually graphic that it would have misted the back of that entire tent area, and there would have been an exit about the size of a grapefruit. So I call BS on that. I actually think he was shot from the back left. A lot of people, I know everyone saw the video. It's gotten millions of views now where they're saying there was this muzzle flash, even though there's really no place to sit. And then the muzzle flash, they think it came in at the back of his head because you see this thing that was his earpiece. Well, it was reported to be his earpiece. That does not look like the impact of a round. And then they say, here's the proof because there's this bush, and this bush looks very odd, right? So this bush, if you look closely at these 12 pixels, is actually a man that's, he's shouldering a rifle. But the issue with that is that if you look at the picture of that bush, it's next to about a dozen people that are standing right there. And if what he's saying is correct, then the person's face where the bush is would be this big, and all the people next to him or in the picture, the scale of their heads are like this big. So this was either a micro human being, right? Or it was someone with a little head, like from Beetlejuice, or whatever it was, but it just didn't make sense, right? I have a video where from camera number 4 from Charlie Kirk's like 3:30, 4 o'clock. And I don't want anyone to have to like watch it over again, okay? But I'm just saying, if you literally slow it down frame per frame, then it does appear that the back left area of the very top of his shirt zips, which would have caused a tremendous amount of damage to his spine, which would have severed the brainstem and spinal cord connection. I hate to talk about this so cold and callously. I personally enjoyed Charlie Kirk a lot, and I think he had a massive amount to do with the amount of people recently coming to Christ. Christian conservative values, constitutionalist values, and I love that. And I think we all need to fill that void that we're going to be experiencing in our country. But so I don't mean to speak about this in a cold manner. I'm just trying to give the information. But you see his shirt zip like that. The other two areas in explanation that's been given is that the mic was pinned on the right side of his chest with a magnet. So it was pinned together with a magnet, and that there was a wire going underneath his shirt, around his neck, and into an earpiece, right? And then the mic that was out to the people was the handheld, and then he was taking in information in his ear. Okay. Now, is that the 100% truth of what happened? I have no idea, right? I'm just saying this is the information that I found from I don't even know how many, hours and hours and hours of, video that I've watched, reports of other people. Very, very intelligent people, way smarter than me, reviewing the footage. It just so happened that I found that. Now, could the zip on the zoom on the back of his shirt also be an impact and that weird thing happening from the mic being like wrapped around? Of course, right? We don't know. My first initial thought was on the upper left side center mass, which would be like right in that heart area. First, I thought that he had a armor on, and that it ricocheted off of his plate and went up into his neck. That was proven to not be the case, being that he was not wearing armor. Then I thought that because he wasn't wearing armor, that maybe it went in and then ricocheted off of his spine, went through, um, tearing through his aorta, his your what's it called, the other artery, oh my goodness, the jugular and the carotid, and the jugular, and then exiting after bouncing from his spine to his clavicle to collarbone to whatever, I don't know, right? So that was a potential option too, but everything just seems like too much, like it doesn't make sense, right? Like the bullet would have to literally come back 180 degrees, which isn't impossible, right? Bullets do crazy things. I'm just saying that it seems to make more sense that he was shot back from the left. Anyway, getting back from the left. Anyway, getting back to this. So from other people taking this information in, and then they're listening to this and they're hearing, okay, a leftist extremist, a Groiper did it. A leftist extremist took a rifle 200 yards away, 30-06, put a bunch of gay stuff on the cartridges. Okay. One of the things on the cartridges that was engraved, I believe, said, "Hey fascist, comma, catch, exclamation point." That is the exact phrase that is being used on this leftist extremist flyer to attract people to this left-wing gun club. Okay. So since we've had like 3 attacks in the last 2 weeks that have been specifically towards either, Christian conservative constitutionalist ideological individuals, or the institution that they believe they serve, and trust the United States government, the DOJ, the DOD, the ICE, all that. This isn't like a right wing, left wing thing. This is the elite thing and the idiots on the ground thing. And the idiots on the ground are sitting here talking about, we're the left, we're the right, we're the left, we're the right. The idiots at the top are like, you dumb idiots can't even tell that we're playing this game on you, and we're tricking both of you guys with division and chaos, and you're too busy punching each other in the face to look up and be like, who is pulling all of these strings? Anyway, that'll be another show for another day. But if they believe that, then it would be reasonable for them to put "Hey fascist, catch" on that flyer, because they're trying to attract people that are celebrating murder of a man, the murder of a man that they disagree with, the murder of a man that they didn't, not just because they disagreed with his thoughts, but they disagreed with his right to go out and preach to others and to convert others, to be able to bring them to Christ, to bring them to constitutionalist and conservative values. And then when they come over to this world and their mind is opened, and they usually, especially when you live in the word and not the world, you start to see things differently, right? It's very difficult to be a follower of Christ and to fall into the leftist worldly garbage. I'm just saying, I'm trying to keep it real with y'all. But anyway, so this is why it makes sense that they would use something like that, which means, if you think about it, we talked about this a couple weeks ago when all of this happened. We were talking about, well, what do you think we're going to see throughout the rest of this year? And one of the things said was, not only are we going to see an absolute increase of retards, and I mean like a decent amount.
Oh, I get it. You're retarded.
Uh-oh, retard alert!
Sorry. I just we should let the other one just totally play.
Oh, I get it. You're retarded. You don't understand a word I say.
And of course, for good measure.
Uh-oh, retard alert!
And of course, for even better measure. It will never get old. It will never get old. Well, last time we talked about it, it was like that moment when you square up to fight and you're like, first I'm gonna duck, and then I'm gonna throw a right, and then I'm gonna do that, and then the plan when you go in for a fight, and then the second you step in and something just completely like out of nowhere happens. And drops you to your knees. Beautiful. Anyway, it's still hilarious. Anyway, so going back to it, it appears that people of extreme left, and I hate to be this polarizing, I do not want to fan the flames. The thing that we look to our tools as defensive measures, right? We don't look to these tools as offensive measures. Yeah, sure. There may be a time where we look at these tools as offensive items, okay? And for the people that are out there like, it's time to charge our rifles and go do X, Y, and Z. Chill, bro. Chill. I just spent a week without air conditioning. All right. I'm I'm not ready for all that right now. Okay. And obviously there's way more serious implications than that. But for real, a week without air conditioning will change your mind about the accelerationist attitude. Um, I don't even like that term. Anyway, um, and look, I get it. It's hard. It's like, man, I would rather fight so, the next generation doesn't have to. I'd rather fight so my child doesn't have to fight. I'd rather have to deal with fighting and going hungry and, getting her what she needs and food and taking care of my family and all that. And I'll let me go lay my life down so they don't have to, right? And I think a lot of us have that attitude too, but it's just it's a difficult thing, man. And then it's like, man, the whole moral battle of, taking judgment into your own hands and all that. So with all of that pushed to the side for a moment, I do think that all of these things that we talk about, right, like mass tragic events and these terrible things, I did say a couple weeks ago that I believe the rest of this year will be more blood in the streets, and we'll probably have more extreme left nutbags doing crazy stuff. Will it truly be extreme left? I don't know. But it's probably going to be, pushed out into the mainstream as if it is these, crazy leftists. But with that being said, now we have a firearms, a gun club that is specifically recruiting people based off of what a crazy leftist extremist carved on a bullet to murder a husband, a father, and someone that was like the premier voice of, Christian constitutionalist conservative values that had a massive impact, a massive reach. So should we be worried? I wouldn't be worried. I wouldn't be paranoid. I wouldn't be concerned, but I would be prepared. So what I would look at, hey, what's up? BV, good to see you. And hold on, let me go back here. Safety Doc, brother, good to see you as well, man. Jay Duffy, great to see you. Yeah, that's the thing. See, and more of this on, and I hate the whole right and the left thing, but we can't not acknowledge the world that we're living in, right? It is completely bifurcated. It is two sides. Now there are subcategories for sure, right? But the left in the general public, just the regular people, are starting to be way more extreme in their ridiculous, nonsensical beliefs. Trust me, I do still believe that the left is the party of death, the party of murder, the party of aborted babies, the party of racism, the party of DEI, identity politics, all that trash. I hate all of it. I hate everything that's not holy. It's all trash. Kill it with fire. I don't like it. All right. but I also want to be realistic on, like I don't want to fan the flames, right? So what can we do? Well, we can look at this from a defensive perspective and say this. So I'm always going to carry a firearm. Fairchild's gripers, all these gripers. Good to see you, Fairchild. But what I can say is from a defensive perspective, that is the one thing that we have 100% control of. Our own selves, right? What we can do and how we can prepare. First off, we always need to focus on always have a plan, right? But water, food, shelter, security. And then there's all subcategories of those four things as well, right? Some people would disagree and add other things. I'm just saying most things that people would add to those four items are subcategories of those four items. But we can control how we prepare and what tools we keep on us. So for me personally, after looking at all the craziness happening right now, uh, I always carry a handgun, and I'm usually carrying a 9 mil with about 20 rounds in it. Sometimes it's a 19 plus one, sometimes it's 20 plus one, sometimes whatever. Let's say around 20 rounds. I'm always going to carry a backup mag. I'm always going to carry a knife. Shout out, by the way, definitionknives.com. If you're looking for some great, very affordable EDC cutlery, that's your boy, definitionknives.com. Anyway, so I'm always going to carry a handgun. I'm always going to carry a secondary magazine. I'm always going to carry a knife. I'm also going to always carry a flashlight. Goon Beam is the preferred flashlight. Steve Whoop, what's up, brother? Good to see you. And I'm also going to carry the hot sauce because you know what? Sometimes if you can simmer some fools down with the hot sauce, and yes, I got that hot pank hot sauce because it just helps me look more gay because then I'm less likely to be a target. Throw in the man bun, throw in the chihuahua, pink pepper spray. It is on. They will never expect me to pull out a Glock in, sub 1.5 seconds. Anyway, sorry. Yeah, so my bad. It's the city camouflage. Yeah, hold on. Oh, thank you, Kurt. I was literally about to do the same thing. Yeah, for this month, I mean, literally, we're talking like 5 more days. I guess after midnight, 4 more days. For $35, or I'm sorry, you get $35 of free ammo with ammosquared.com. So not only do you get it, but if you sign up and spend $20, I get $35 of free ammo too. Shout out to Ammo Squared, the most exceptionally based ammunition company in the world. Period. They're awesome. So what I'm thinking of is like, okay, so then what else do we carry? First off, this year, specifically the last month, I have totally shifted my focus on physical fitness, like staying fit, getting in better shape, taking better care of myself. Not only what I do as far as activity every day, I'm losing weight, y'all. You can actually see definition in my body. What? This is going away, this whole thing. I mean, I used to have I was I was a hair over 300 pounds. And then I was like, hey, I'm going to die. I'm going to die. All this preparation and I'm going to die because I can't jog. Anyway, so I got a bike. Farmer James, if you're out there, Farmer James was right. 2.5 years ago, he said, dude, if you want to lose weight, if you want to get in good shape, if you want to work on cardio, your muscular toning, all this stuff, get a bike. Get a bike, ride it everywhere. It will change your world. Bro, hand to God, I wish I did it 2.5 years ago when he said that. Farmer James, if you're still out there, brother, salute to you. I wish I listened to you. But I mean, a lot of y'all know that my dad passed away last year. His bike was at my mom's place, and she was saying she was trying to get rid of some stuff. So I went through, and she was like, "Yeah, the bike is here if you want." I was like, "You know what? I will take it." Ever since that day, a few weeks, 3-4 weeks ago, just under a month ago, I've been riding it every single day, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 miles a day. Woof. You want to talk about a full body workout? And then I started doing the weighted jump rope and all that. Anyway, being in good shape, getting in better shape, and being able to move if needed is a game changer. It changes everything, dude. Okay. It changed my, yeah. And okay. So this is actually where it originally started. So I just needed to walk my dog every day, right? And I started walking my dog for a quarter mile, half mile, a mile, couple miles, 4 miles a day, right? You take him out, my little dog, like he can't go that long. He's got a bladder probably this big, right? So I'd take him out like 4 times or so at about a mile each time. It's like, dang, I'm walking 4 miles a day. That's awesome. And his little legs with his little trot. Anyway, so that's where it started. And then I started losing weight. I started eating better. Basically, I almost always eat ground chicken, vegetables, brown rice. And what'll I have for dinner tomorrow? Ground chicken, vegetables, brown rice. And then you go on bike rides and walks and all that stuff. So, and staying super hydrated and all that. And again, I'm not like the beacon of health at all, like at all. Okay. But I have been losing weight, and it's given me more desire to continue doing the activities and all that. And I'll probably peak or whatever, and then I'll have to increase it and increase the I'm still doing the jumping with a weighted jump rope, and then also doing stuff like, weights, push-ups, and just using like my own body's resistance. And anyway, that's not why we're here. Sorry. But that is a huge element to it, because trust, if we are in a world where we got a gun, we got a running gun. Okay, you don't just gun, right? You run and gun. You likely will have to run. If you can just look, if you got an MRAD with a Night Force and 338 Lapua Magnum, you could do your thing from super far away and probably be okay. But at some point, you'll have to relocate and move from that position. Also, you gotta get a group together. You gotta get comms together. You gotta get a comms schedule together. You gotta work on the team. Work on a team of 6 guys. And also remember another aspect. This is outside of we're talking about the EDC stuff. Don't forget that a team of 6 guys is not just 6 guys, because on average, if each member of the team has an average of 7 people attached to them, that is 42 people that you're going to have to try to find a way to house in one compound together. Okay. So so each man, let's say he has man, and man has wife, and then man and wife have parents on each side, and then one kid. All right. And that's being super conservative, right? I know some folks that got 5 kids, 3 kids, so, and a bunch of brothers and sisters and all that. So just remember, it's not just the guys, it's the family that comes with the guys, which means you got to pick your guys carefully too, because if the guys are in the group, then you're marrying the family too. You know what I'm saying? 5 agents need to like this stream. Thank you, brother. All right, let me do a quick little nicotine break. Give me 1 second.
Fortunately, some members of the media
Some members of the media use their platforms
To push their own personal bias. To push their own personal bias and agenda to control exactly what people think. This is extremely dangerous to our democracy.
And to our constitutional republic. I already finished my drink. Sorry, my voice is a little raspy. Anyway, so that's one aspect. But as far as like a day to day, right? I'm looking at like evaluating what I'm carrying with me. And we've talked about like what is the best PDW across the board, personal defense weapon, to carry outside of your if everything goes wrong item, which is your handgun that is closest to you, that is on you for 23 and a half hours a day, unless you're showering, if you sleep with it in your pants and all that, like I do. It's not weird or anything, right? A personal defense weapon is extremely important. So if you choose to carry something with, 4 points of contact, meaning, grip, secondary, hand, shoulder, cheek, right? If you choose to carry an item that you fire like that, pistol or rifle, because some braced pistols would fall in that category, then I would highly recommend that you consider these things. So if you grab something like that 10-3 with a can on it, really that's the size of a full-size rifle, right? So once you take something like a 10-3 or the 11.5, that's a Super Duty 11.5 with a can on it, that's a 10-3. with a can on it, and this is a 14.5 with a can, no can, but it has an LPVO and a dot. That's, I mean, that's a big tool to throw in the trunk or whatever. And if you know, break it down and all that, it just takes way longer to get to. And I like to keep long guns, you know, basically like they call it cruiser ready. Technically in Virginia, you're not supposed to have a loaded mag inserted into it, but if the rifle's cold and or the if it's a handgun, it's a different story. Like if it's a rifle chambered pistol, meaning like a pistol with a pistol brace that is chambered in a rifle caliber like 5.56, 300 blackout, 7.62 by 39, etc. Um, then in Virginia, I could run with that, you know, locked and loaded. But if it's an actual long gun, I would just keep magazines next to it. The thing that you need to ask yourself is because something like a sub gun, right? Like this is probably going to be, so there's two MP5s that I've got that I think is going to be my go-to. I was torn about that for a couple of reasons. It is a pistol caliber, right? So the MP5s, both of them are in 9 millimeter. Most of them are in 9 mil, but they come in other calibers too. So I'm just being specific, you know, just for no reason other than to openly talk about, you know, the considerations here. My go-to ideal firearm that I would throw, you know, in the trunk or in a rifle bag or whatever would be a 5.56 that takes standard AR magazines. Because if I were to run into a situation with other people maybe being engaged in some type of situation or people on my, you know, team like we're talking about, chances are if they're going to have magazines on them, it is going to be in 5.56 and they're going to be standard AR mags. Not everyone, but I'm saying most likely. If law enforcement is going to be around, they're going to have 5.56 loaded AR standard Stenag AR mags. Um, some dudes that I know, one of them I would say is, you know, um, a guy that I had, you know, done some shooting with closely. His go-to is 300 blackout. Well, everyone else around us all run 5.56 platforms. So that dude is just going to end up short. If he runs black on ammo, he's going to be like, throw me a mag. And we're all going to have 5.56 mags. So sorry, doggy, you're going to be short. But my go-to, honestly, would be a 5.56 with a can and, you know, something that takes standard AR mag. So like that Geisley Super Duty 11.5 inch with a can and some, you know, because it takes standard AR mags and 5.56. However, that gun, like that is a full size rifle that I would have to throw in a rifle bag, and it's a little too much. So really, it had me looking at, okay, if I'm going to be potentially in a situation, whether it's going to be absurd, you know, leftist extremists, you know, nutsacks that probably have no idea what they're doing, but are still dangerous, right? Or if it's just a mass tragic event, or just, you know, a standard situation where a gun with 4 points of contact with better accuracy would better suit you. Would I have time to grab the rifle? All that stuff. That's another conversation. Having access to an item like that, I think, would be important. So I have a little MP5K, and it is a, you know, a K gun, and it's the short one, the M model, the briefcase model. So no threaded barrel, no tri-lug adapter, no nothing. It is the smallest, most compact MP5 that you can get. And I got a folding brace on it, binary trigger, so I can waka that thing all day. That is the smallest footprint. It's in a 13-inch bag. I think it's about 13 inches. It's about a 13-inch bag that looks like, honestly, just like a straight up laptop bag. It's all it looks like. It's a black bag. It does not look super tactical or anything like that. When you open up the middle, you got the MP5K, AP5, whatever. It's a clone with the side folding brace and binary trigger. I got a 20 round mag in there because it fits within that small bag. Why did it just drop me for a second? Let me know if you guys still got me in chat. Dang, listen to this thing. Am I still here? 5x5 now. Okay, beautiful. Okay, getting back to it. Okay. So the little PDW, the MP5K or AP5K. Man, I wish I could throw the front vertical grip on that thing. It's so ridiculous that you can't. This is why we needed the short act. Like, anyway, but no, you get free $0 tax stamps. That's so whack, so whack. Anyway, so the good thing about that is that the little carrier that it comes in, it's a pistol bag, but it's super low pro, low vis. You actually unzip the front and it's got 6 MP5 magazines that fit in there. So you're actually rolling around with 180 rounds in the front, 20 rounds in the gun. That is exactly 200 rounds. The only issue that I have is that if you had to grab the gun, pull it out, open up the brace, throw the sling over you, and you're ready to rock and roll, you got 20 rounds in a gun, but the bag would be on the ground, on the floor, on the seat, wherever it was. What I really would like to do is find a way to, I'd probably have to sew little nylon, like almost like sling loops on there to where I could throw something like a crossbody strap or something like a sling on it. I could even throw a little piece of armor in there if I wanted to. There's extra slots, but that way I could actually use it like a mag carrier. And it looks straight up like a laptop bag. Like I've walked around with this thing in the middle, like in public, the middle of highly populated areas. It does not look like a firearm case at all. Most dudes, when they're running their, carrying a rifle bag or carrying like a laptop bag sized gun case, it's like multicam, and it's got a big American flag thing. And it's like, I have a gun. We need to try to be as low key as possible, especially since people of opposing beliefs that might hate you and might actually be working on trying to learn how to better murder you. Not necessarily that that's the case, but could be the case. If that is true, and if this whole John Brown Club thing, recruiting for people, whatever, if that's true, then we should take it just as more seriously than they are. So that's why I always say that rule number 3, I always say it, we need to become as highly skilled in violence as we possibly can be, period. And that's not just for, just right now because of what's going on in the climate. No, always. We need to always be better, faster, and more accurate, period. Because if someone draws a gun, you need to know with certainty that in 1.25 seconds or less, I can draw my handgun, train it on a target, and discharge at least one round in X amount of seconds, right? Sub 1.5, sub 1.25, sub 1 second, whatever your time is, even if it's 3 seconds, right? Like understanding exactly what my time is, because there may, God forbid, I hope this doesn't happen, there may come a time where you only have 1.5 seconds to crack a shot off. Who knows, right? But chances are, if things pop off, if things get bad, and you need to use your tools to potentially save your life, to preserve life, whether it's yours or the people that you are charged with the responsibility of protecting, kids, family, whatever, just friends, people that you love and care about, then you need to be able to depend on your skills at the highest level at that point. The first thing is just having your tools on you. Second thing is speed and accuracy, and you don't want to get too much of one before the other, right? Both are important. But if we do work on these things, and we know we're always training, so we're always going to be faster, we're always going to be more accurate, we're always going to be more disciplined. It's the best thing you could possibly do regarding this kind of stuff. So then the other thing about, okay, do I throw a rifle in the trunk or a subgun or whatever? The MP5K was a consideration. But then I put together this MP5 SD. It's actually like a mini MP5 SD. And I also do want to say, though, shout out CMMG. Dude, CMMG came out with the best suppressors for just over $500. I don't care. I'm probably going to get in trouble for saying this. For just over 500 almonds, CMMG has these zeroed cans. Okay, they are 3D or additive manufacture made. They're manufactured from additive manufacturing, and then they're literally laser welded on the outside. They're crazy, crazy quiet, and I got a whole video dropping on them very soon because for value, dude, you cannot get much better than that. Now that can that's on that, it only sticks out like 3 inches. First off, it's super dope because I've always loved the MP5 SDQ, and not by Q. If you don't get it, that's fine. Anyway, so I always wanted an MP5 SD, but having like a miniature MP5 SD is just way better. JPaz, what's up, brother? Good to see you. Yes, walking and shooting, 100%. Understanding how to walk and shoot, understanding how to do it very, very, slowly and gently, heel to toe, and then doing it more quickly, and still being able to get alphas, uh, you know, shots on target. But one of the reasons I'm hard pressed to select this bad boy is because it is a little bit larger, right? But I can still fit it in a small enough bag that doesn't look like a gun bag. It doesn't scream, "I have a gun." It's not multicam. It doesn't have Molly all over it. It's literally just a triangular messenger bag that happens to fit the MP5 SD clone perfectly, right? So now, shout out to Kurt, by the way. I have that brace on that thing, which is very reminiscent of the OG MP5 and MP5 SD. Shout out to Kurt. That is like the OG style of MP5, but it's a brace. I don't want to say that without sounding. It is very similar to the looks of the OG MP5 stock, but this is the brace version. How about that? And then it's got the MP5 SDQ handguard, and then and this is also, see, this is like a community gun here. So the brace came from Kurt. I was actually going to get one from Safety Harbor Firearms, but Kurt hooked it up. Man, thank you so much. And then the can that I got from CMMG, which is just over $500. Tell them DLD sent you. Maybe they'll give you something. Maybe they'll charge you more. Who knows? But for the price, that 36K can right there, and then I'll talk to you about who sent me the other components there. That can right there is a 36K can, meaning it's a K can, so it's short. It's only like 5 inches, and it is 36 caliber, so you can use it on 9mm. It's hub mount compatible, so you can use it on 9mm, 5.56, 300 blackout, 7.62 by 39, 308, 7.62 by 51, 6.5, 6.8, 8.6 blackout, and it's full auto rated in all of those calibers. That is crazy for 500 and something bucks almonds. That's crazy for 500 and some almonds. I'm just saying, shout out to CMMG. They're doing some crazy stuff. It is the zeroed suppressor, so shout out to them. But and again, I don't get anything for this. I don't get, there's no kickback. They don't, give me anything. I'm just showing love because when we get something that is good, right? That is a great piece of equipment. Sometimes you just gotta tell the homies. So there you go. Plus, when I do get something, like I'll tell y'all, like, hey, I get a kickback for this or that or whatever. Like, hey, this is the last week that you can get $35 of ammo for free from ammosquared.com. So if you click on this link that I just dropped in chat, then you're going to see that you get $35 of free ammo when you spend $20. And also, I get $35 of free ammo when you spend $20. So boom. And guess what? Every person that you share that link to, you get $35 of free ammo, and you could keep doing it over and over and over. I'm just saying, it's great for everyone. Moving along. Anyway, so I've considered this because having the can is a huge benefit. 9mm is quiet, 9mm is plentiful, and you could run 115, 124, 135, 147, whatever. This is not a standard MP5 SD setup. So this is actually it's kind of like a reverse stretch MP5. If you guys don't know what a reverse stretch is, it is a full size lower, full size upper, but it's got a K barrel on there. So the barrel stops like there, and then the can takes up the rest of the space. It just happens to have the SD handguard welded to it. Now, that can, like I said, it's from CMMG. It's the 36K zeroed can. It's actually made by sharks with a freaking laser beam on it. Go watch their video if you don't believe me. The funny thing is though, they took their laser that welds the can, and they literally like duct taped a shark, so it was a laser beam on top of a shark. That's how hilarious and awesome they are. Anyway, so that was threaded on because you have the tri-lug adapter on the MP5, but then you also have the half by 28 threads on there. So your boy Drew, shout out to Drewski, Drew in Oregon, we were talking and I was like, yeah, it's a hub mount, but I need to find a way, like, is there an MP5 tri-lug to hub mount like setup? And he was like, I actually got you. I have a dead air adapter with a hub mount to dead air with a dead air tri-lug adapter. And he was like, I'm not using it, it's just sitting here, I'll just send it to you. Boom. So shout out to Kurt24 and Drew in Oregon for both of you guys hooking it up so I could have this, and CMMG for the can too. Now the other thing is sitting on top of that thing is the Gideon Optics Mediator, which is the acro footprint optic. It is AR height, so it's a little taller. I was originally going to run a different dot on it. I actually had a few different dots on it, but the reason why I landed on that one isn't just because it's a great dot and it's like 250, but the mount is set up to where, so think of it like this, like two rectangles or two squares, right? Because the acro style is a very square shaped mount, but below it the whole mount is completely machined out, so you can literally see right through it. So you can actually, if you shouldered it and you're looking through, you can see the dot, or you can go down a little bit and look through the hollow mount to see the sights. So it's like, dude, I could choose to use the iron sights, or I could just pop up and use the red dot. It's incredible. I love it. And I could not have put this together without you guys. Shout out to CMMG for the can. Shout out to Drew in Oregon and Kurt24 for the support for the parts. And shout out to Gideon Optics for that optic. I love that. So with all of that said, I think I am sold on a smaller package in 9mm that I could just throw in a bag and have a whole buttload of 9mm mags. And with anything that I would need to use, I mean, we're going to be probably within 100 yards, right? 9mm within 100 yards is more than effective. I could clap a silhouette at 100 yards with my 9mm Glock. But, and I'm not trying to say like, ooh, look at me, look what I can do. I'm just saying 9mm is effective at 100 yards, no question. If it was beyond that, I'm probably not going to engage anyway. Yes, if you have your Geisley Super Duty with an LPVO, with a red dot, you can reach out to 300-400 yards, no problem. But I don't know if that is going to be the wisest thing to throw in, the trunk and to use in this kind of situation. I feel like in the type of urban, suburban kind of, I guess, environment that we're likely to find ourselves in if stuff pops off, it would probably be better to be able to just throw a bag on that doesn't look like it has a long gun in it, that you can spin around, rip it open, and tug a gun out of there if you needed to. Worst case scenario. That's what I'm thinking. Now, if visual cues didn't matter, which I don't know when they don't matter. Man, this AC feels so good. I'm not going to lie. A week without AC, bro. A week. I'm back. I feel good. Anyway, so if the whole visual aspect of it didn't matter and I didn't care if people saw that I had a rifle on me or not, yes, all day I'm going to choose an AR that takes standard AR mags in 5.56 with a can and an optic, because that's There's no reason not to, right? Because I don't care if someone sees me with it. I don't care if I'm in a more rural area. They're not going to care that I got a rifle, right? The only thing that you need to consider is that if there is some type of crazy mass tragic event, could you imagine if, like, God forbid, during the Charlie Kirk incident, if a bunch of people thought they were going to run in and save the day and pulled out a bunch of long guns and like, dude, that would have been an absolute nightmare. So y'all also got to like pray for discernment and stuff and make sure that y'all know when is the time to, pull that other item out to defend and preserve innocent life. But whatever it is, it could be a Glock inside of a little PDW style chassis or something like that. Whatever it is, I would encourage you guys to train with it hardcore and to make sure that it is second nature to run that thing. You guys are going to see a video come out within the next probably week or two about the MP5 range time with it. I'm just waiting on doing some more, getting some more B-roll, some range footage and stuff like that. And it actually is for the money, dude. This thing, you couldn't find it for less than like 1750. Atlantic had this thing like yesterday or the day before for like 1240. Like, that's crazy. And these are a short run. They're only going to be available for a little bit of time. So if anyone out there is like, and again, I don't get anything for any of this. I'm just telling y'all, here's an opportunity to get something that's dope, right? That's all. If you're into like the vintage MP5 setup and you're looking for something that is actually like a highly effective tool, that MP5 SD is so fire because it is not an old school style MP5 SD. It is a reverse stretch. So it's got a 5.75 inch barrel. So the barrel ends there. And then it's got the tri-lug and the half by 28. So you're basically running an MP5K with a can with a handguard that integrally suppresses your setup. That is a dope, super dope design. Now, lastly, what I'm probably going to do is talk to Hoffman Tactical. Tim Hoffman is a good friend of the channel. Honestly, he's one of the smartest people in 3D related development that I've like ever met. What I would like to do, see, I probably want to do a couple things, but what I would like to do first is to get an AR style lower for the MP5, the full size MP5 with the can, and throw some of his new super safeties that are not out yet. So chill, they're not out yet. They're basically made out of like new super steels that you guys are all going to see soon enough. Okay. And it completely changes the idea of whatever tool you're using. If it's a sub gun, the MP5, the reason it is a sub gun is because it is a sub rifle caliber. The reason it's highly effective is because you can put 3, 5, 7, 10 rounds in a target like pop, right? So if you can give a sub gun the machine part that it's missing while still keeping it fully, totally lawful, then holy moly, that is the way to go. So I'm planning on throwing an AR lower on that, maybe even if I just print one in carbon fiber nylon and then throw Tim Hoffman's new Hoffman Tactical super safeties in there, made out of crazy super steels, a trip slip in there, and then I could literally have a suppressed sub gun that is operating as close to the OG is supposed to be operating. If not, of course, I can't grab it or touch it. I have a 11.5 inch AR with an FRT, which I could just run that thing. But I don't know, man. See, the MP5, like that thing just doesn't move, dude. Like when you run that thing, it does not move. The AR is kind of like, like it's still kind of moving and jumping all over the place. It's not bad. It's still very controllable, especially if you're doing like 3 to 5 round bursts. But dude, that MP5 just does not move. I would really prefer to do that. And then if you have a trustworthy setup that you've already put through its paces, and you got an FRT or some type of system that you trust, dog, that would be the sub gun of my dreams. I may actually, until that happens, I may actually take the binary trigger out of the K gun and put that in here, because I was told that it actually runs a lot better in the full size MP5s. So we may do that, but we honestly need to take advantage of the fact that right now it is totally 100% lawful to run FRTs, super safeties, and forced reset triggers. Coming soon on DLDhardware.com is going to be carbon fiber nylon Glock FRTs, 1022 FRTs, TX22 FRTs, to all of the things. We're working on some things. I'm still doing some testing. So just keep an eye out, because there's lots of stuff to come in the future. There's a few other carbon fiber nylon things I'm working on. I was gonna put up some of the MP5 lowers on DLD hardware, but I'm actually going to wait till the carbon fiber nylon ones are out, and I'm actually going to offer, if I'm doing something that was literally developed by someone else that me or Rich or whoever didn't remix, then I'm going to ask the developer for permission, kick something back to them, like give them some incentive, but because I can't just like take something they made, print it, and sell it. That's not. I mean, actually, I could, but it wouldn't really be right. So I'm working on some other things to make sure that I can do it like in good spirits, and remain in integrity while I do that. So, but for support, yes, you can sign up with Ammo Squared. You get $35 of free ammo. I'm going to drop this again. This actually after 12/22 now you have 4 days left where you can only 4 days where you can get $35 of free ammo. So boom, there you go. And I know I've mentioned it multiple times, but yeah, I'm like, why would I not mention it? Because you get $35 of free ammo, and I get $35 of free ammo. And I actually only need to sign up 5.2 more people to get to my goal of 556 that I want. Anyway, so that's it. We just want to show love for Ammo Squared. They've been awesome. Super, super based company, man. They've been great. And the fact that they've been a massive supporter on the After Hours Armory show on Saturdays, it's been huge. And I really appreciate that. And I appreciate the opportunity. And then enjoy this commercial break while I get some nicotine.
This shit's gonna blow up.
No, it won't blow.
All right, for sure.
The reason why I wanted to go through some of this was to kind of do a little bit of a thought exercise on like what are some of the most important things that we can do as prepared citizens to keep with us. I do think that secondary firearm with 4 points of contact is important, especially when we could potentially be looking at people with equal or better equipment that hate you and want to hurt you. Also, one of the most important things that we didn't even talk about at all tonight is medical. You absolutely always need to keep medical as close to you as possible on your body if you can. We need to have things like tourniquets, things like chest seals, things like ETDs, the emergency trauma dressing, the hemostatic gauze, things like gloves, the blankets, the emergency blankets, whatever you can fit in your sack, in your like the bag, if you carry a bag on you or in your car. The issue though is, and I ran into this personally. I was talking to it with some friends, and I was like, yeah, if I'm just solo, I'm probably going to leave my bag in the car. If I'm with my family, then they depend on me for medical, so I'm going to bring my bag with me. But if it's just me, I don't care. Well, what if you need to treat someone else? What if it's stranger? What if it's whatever? And we've heard of several stories where someone saved the lives of strangers by having emergency equipment close by, medical equipment. The woman in the drive-through that dropped her debit card, credit card, and then stuck her leg out of the door and reached over to down to the like street level on the drive-through to get her credit card with her leg poking out of the door. She had turned the wheel, and then when she reached too far away, her foot came off of the brake, and then the car turned into the bricks, and then the door crushed her leg. And she would have literally bled out in 15 seconds. But the guy behind her had a tourniquet literally on the headrest of his vehicle. So he ripped that off, ran over to her, and saved her life because she was squirting. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, you can actually have more than one um, arterial leaks from your leg. I got to look at that again to be sure, but I mean, literally, you're looking at 15 seconds to blackout, 30 seconds to death. It is no joke, absolutely no joke. So being able to stop massive hemorrhaging is everything. Keeping that equipment on you is so important. And I talked about this when I was, talking about like keeping it on you when you're with your family versus I didn't when it was just me solo. My brother and I were having that conversation, and I used the example of me going to a restaurant, right? And I was like, okay, well, let's count it out. If it's like 15 seconds to blackout, 30 seconds to death, and then you have like maybe like 7 minutes from that point, if the person's just totally emptied, maybe 7 minutes. And if you are so blessed, you may, if you make it to a trauma center, you may be able to be resuscitated with massive brain damage or something like that, right? It's no joke, right? Like if something happens and I have to run out to my car that's 30 seconds away to get medical and then 30 seconds back and then however long it takes me to treat someone, they could be gone, right? So just keep that in mind, man. Whatever you guys choose to do, be reasonable with what you carry and how you carry. It's easy to get too carried away. I think most people would probably say that what I carry on me all day is me being carried away. But I'll tell you what, a handgun with 20 rounds in it, a secondary magazine, a pocket knife, and you could choose to carry a pocket knife from Definition Knives if you chose to, or you could carry a knife from like Cold Steel, something like that. But whatever you choose to carry, I am always, unless I am in the shower, going to carry a primary firearm with 20 rounds in it, as close to that as possible. Secondary magazine, primary knife. Sometimes I carry a secondary knife, but anyway, and a flashlight. I personally only carry the Goon Beam, best and the brightest. They're incredible. And then also the hot sauce, the OC spray. Always carry the OC spray, even if I'm at the house like I am right now, because chances are if I need it, I'm going to need any of this immediately. But honestly, all day, what I use on me all day is the flashlight. Even in broad freaking daylight, I use the flashlight all the time. Obviously, a pocket knife I use all the time. So, a pocket knife and flashlight are like the things that I always use. All the other items that I carry, I hope that I never have to use. The medical items that I have in my bag, now I just carry my bag with me everywhere I go now. So, on that note, I would encourage you guys to, if it's lawful where you're at, to consider that other firearm if you can safely do it. But also keep in mind that people do go out and intentionally look for firearms to steal. So you need to be cautious. You need to be careful. Don't leave firearms just unattended in the trunk, just chilling somewhere. So you got to weigh all of these things when you're making a consideration like this. For me, I think the thing to do is for me to run that MP5 with the CMMG can, the 36K can, and then that Gideon optic on there. I just think that's the way. Second to that is probably going to be the MP5K, which is in the other room. If I'm going full size rifle, I'm going to carry the Geisley Super Duty. If you are not on the Geisley Super Duty train, you need to be. They are, for the price, they are one of the best ARs that you can get your hands on. I love both of my Super Duties. Of course, there are a bunch of other great rifles that you can get too. So CMMG makes excellent stuff too. We were talking about the Descent and the Banshee, and I mean, there's so many great guns from them too. One of the reasons that I landed on the 9mm MP5 SD or the MP5K. So consider this, okay? So out of whatever it is, 7.75 inch, or that one, I'm sorry, that one's 5.75 inch. Out of the 5.75 inch barrel, 5.7. Sorry, I had to think about that. The energy of that, I had to compare that to what I was looking at for a PDW. Now, originally, I was looking at the CMMG Descent because it is a way more affordable, and in my opinion, maybe even better made version of the SIG Rattler. Okay. Now they do a 6.5 inch barrel with a 1-to-7 twist. So the projectile is almost doing one full rotation before it leaves the barrel, as opposed to the SIG Rattler and the Q with a 1-to-5 twist that is a very, very, fast barrel twist, which they've had some issues with. I'm just saying, with cheaper ammo, it is so fast it can literally rip the jacket off of projectiles, causing baffle strikes and other things. The Rattler or the I'm not just trying to pick on SIG. I'm just saying, when I was looking into purchasing one, I found a bunch of the stuff out. The MCX Rattlers, barrel whipping issues, issues with the cartridges stripping and shearing. There's a bunch of issues, right? There's also no sear trip. So for if you wanted to do an FRT or something like that, a lot of times you couldn't do it before they did the updated BCG with the trip. You can, there's other ways you can get around that, but anyway, with all those issues and the fact that at the time it was like $3,200, I was like, that's crazy. Price went down 2,900, 2,800, 2,600. You can find them for a little less than that, right? But the cost of the CMMG Descent was like, yo, this is way more affordable. And after the looking into CMMG that I've done and getting with other people that run CMMG products like all day, and then seeing CMMG at IV88, at all these events, seeing them burn down their guns to the point where they literally put it into a cooler of ice, and by the next few cycles, it's just a cooler of water, and they literally douse the gun in it, and it's so hot it boils the water. It like flash boils for a second, and then they pull it out and just keep running it. And I was like, dude, that is trustworthy. Like, if you can do that, if you can burn it up like that, I'll trust whatever. So I was gonna get the 6.5 inch Banshee, or I'm sorry, Descent. Then I was like, well, hold on. It doesn't make sense to get it in 300 blackout because all the homies are running 5.56 standard AR mags. I don't want to run a 300 blackout. But from an energy standpoint, it makes the most sense because a 6.5 inch 5.56 is literally almost exactly equivalent to a 9mm. So I was like, you know what? I give up. And that's why I'm going with the 9mm MP5 SD Q, which stands for super duper quiet. Anyway, love the Descent. I think the 6.5 inch is awesome. I think the 6.5 inch 5.56 is awesome. I just made the call for the 9mm. If all my boys ran 300 blackout, yeah, I'd probably run 300 blackout. You know how much 300 blackout ammo I got? 0. I got stupid 5.56 over here, stupid 9mm, a bunch of 12 gauge, 45, even 22 LR, 380 ACP, 38, like all the, I guess not common caliber, not everyone runs the 380 and 38 and stuff, but 357 SIG, all that stuff. Mostly, almost all, I mean, I'm sitting on 25 to 30,000 rounds of ammo. Almost all of that stuff is 9mm and 5.56. I also got 7.62 by 39, but whatever. I just had to make a call. And if you're going to stack up firearms, if you're going to stack up ammunition and tools and equipment and all that, in my opinion, the best way to do it is with the armory concept. You got to do it with, like, if we have parts, we have rifle parts, they're ARs. If we have handgun parts, they're Glocks. If we have ammo, it's 5.56. If we have ammo for handguns, it's 9mm. It's, whatever. Now, of course, I do have other stuff too, but for the most part, the, like, I guess, what do you want to call it? Like, the in stock, what we got all the time is 5.56 and 5.56 rifles, 9mm ammo, 9mm Glocks. Yes, I have a bunch of other stuff, 12 gauge, buck, and 12 gauge slugs, and blah, blah, blah. Trying to do the armory concept. Like, if you're in the military or if you're in law enforcement, when you walk into the armory, you can't be like, hey, I think I want to change this caliber of this, you know, uh, unsafe SIG 320 to, say, I don't know, 10mm, 40 Smith and Wesson, 357 SIG, or whatever. You do whatever the armory tells you to do, whatever the agency tells you to do. So the reason for that is to keep things simple, to keep parts available, and to keep them interchangeable. So that's the thing that I wanted to follow for my personal armory. So that's where we're at. Can you have fun guns too that are completely, different caliber, different, parts, different, what? Of course you can, but cover your bases first. That's all I'm saying. Anyway, guys, I'm going to continue this adventure of me still working out every day. Farmer James, you were right. You were right. If you ever see this, if you ever come back, we miss you. If anyone runs into Farmer James out in the world, be like, yo, DLD said you were 100% right. Get a bike, ride your bike everywhere. And when you do this, okay. So I was a massively large man, 300 pounds. And the feeling of losing weight and getting in better shape and getting more energy and all that is just a game changer. It feels incredible. But it is a full body workout too. But conditioning, getting in better shape, if you potentially do have to fight, if God forbid something terrible happens, it is going to put you in a better position. Conditioning, breathing, running, fighting, getting in an actual fist fight. Like, most of you guys probably know what that's like. It is an exhausting thing. So get in better shape. Plus, I'm, I have better energy for my daughter, better, all that stuff. So I'm going to continue that going down that journey as well, and I'll share all that stuff with you guys too. If you want me to do more, bike ride live streams, I'm happy to do that too. I got more videos coming out, like more actual, like, hard video uploads that are going to be dropping soon. TMC, what's up, brother? Good to see you, man. If you guys want to see, just let me know what you want to see too, because you guys are important to me. What y'all think is important, what y'all want to see is important. So keep me posted. Let me know. And what else? Coming up, not this weekend, but the following week, I'm going to be going to the range, and I'll bring you guys there. I may see if I can do a live stream at the range, which will have to be on Rumble. You guys got to make this coming up Saturday show. You got to make this coming up Saturday show. If you've not joined the After Hours Armory show on Rumble every Saturday at 10:30 p.m. Eastern, you got to. It is a blast. This Saturday specifically, though, is going to be awesome. I encourage you guys to. You only have 4 more days. Take advantage of the $35 worth of free ammo. There you go. Just drop the link. Look, you only got 4 days. Take advantage. When you sign up, you spend $20, you get $35 of free ammo. I also get $35 of free ammo. So it's a win, win, and it's a win for the company. Win, win, win. And guys, take care of yourself. I'll tell all of y'all, like I say every single time, get right with God, build a close relationship with Christ. You never know when the end is coming, when your end is coming, or when the end is coming. And the end is near. Beware. But I would encourage you guys to get right with God, build a close relationship with Christ, because, bro, man, it has never felt closer to the end. And I'm sure they felt like this always when things kind of go crazy. But man, it just seems like we're just being pitted against each other. There's so much division and chaos and hate. And, I just wish things were different, but they're not. Because man, everything man touches, most things that man touches turns to absolute garbage, and it sucks. So I encourage you guys to get right with God, build a close relationship with Jesus. If you don't know what that means or what that looks like, you can feel free to reach out to myself. You can reach out to Flying Rich, to Big Josh with Black Diamond Guns and Gear, to Red Dawn, any of the homies. We're all happy to talk about it. And I appreciate all the support. Things are super tight right now. So helping out with the ammo, that helps a lot, because that helps with the ability to make videos. Just shopping at DLD Hardware, getting merch at DLD Hardware, shopping at definitionknives.com. All that stuff helps. It means a lot. And then for anyone, if you choose to, obviously, like the Cash App, PayPal, that stuff, that helps a lot too. Not pressuring anyone. I know everything is tight for all of us right now. Yo, groceries, dog, crazy, crazy expensive. Gas, bro. How did we get here, dude? Like, it's crazy. And I know, like, it's crazy to say this with like a wall of guns. Like, bro, I'm literally selling guns. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, it's just one of those times where stuff is tight. So the support that you guys give, Hot Dog giving away memberships, Drewski helping supporting more than y'all will ever know. All you guys, Kurt, Steve Whoop, all the homies, I appreciate you guys and love y'all so much, man. You have no idea how much that support means to your boy, especially when it's like, I'll give an example. Okay. So you're sitting there like wondering, like, okay, I have X amount of days until X amount of stuff is due, and I have to do X to get blah, 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 X, Y, and Z. And you're like, how am I going to do this? And then literally, like, something happens to where my neighbor walks up and he's like, hey, yo, do you still have these couple of things that, yeah, do you have these two knives? I'm like, I actually do. And he's like, yeah, I want to buy them right now. I literally have cash in my pocket right now. Can I buy them from you? I'm like, yeah, like, straight up, the Lord will provide. Jehovah Jireh, I believe in that very much so. So these things happen, like that when support just comes and falls in your lap, that is, the work of Christ. And, you know, look to see where Christ is working in your life too. Even if you feel like he's not, even if you've backslid, even if you're whatever it may be, you'd be surprised if you really take a step back and look. He's working in your life, whether you know it or not, or appreciate it or not. But all you guys coming out, I appreciate y'all so much. We are still actively in a culture war. So it is incumbent on you to become a culture warrior. And I would encourage all of you guys to become the best versions of yourself, to be, leaders in your home, spiritual leaders in your home, leaders within your community, leaders within your church. It's super important. This is how we keep a hold on the next generation, right? Don't let them take them, man. That don't let with schools and just the world and music and the internet and social media and college and all this garbage. This is how they steal them from us, and we cannot allow that. Man, and they've positioned themselves so well to be able to just move them through the assembly line of just stealing our children. I'm glad that we're here, and I'm glad that even though a lot of us have different views on things, I'm glad that most of us are grounded enough to realize, like, you're at least here, right? You at least realize most of the stuff. So kudos to you for being here. The best way for us to grow and become the best versions of ourselves is by having standards, metrics, and your own expectations. And some of the rules that I like to share with you guys at the end of every show are: rule number one is to be kind. It's so important that we're kind in everything that we do. That brief interaction that you have with somebody else could have a massive impact on your life. So be kind, please, on their life, rather. Rule number two is to live a life of care, compassion, contribution, give to others. When you bless others, you become blessed, because a hand that's open to give is open to receive. And rule number three, because we know the only way for us to defeat evil is with good men skilled in violence, make sure that we're becoming as highly skilled in violence as you possibly can be. And be safe, be dangerous, and keep that thing on you. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, we're out of here. I appreciate all y'all coming through and hanging out. Someone had shared something with me too. They had said, um, being harmless doesn't mean, oh, what was it? It was said so perfectly. Um, it's like the difference of being harmless and like choosing to not be violent. Like being non-violent means you're harmless, versus being violent and choosing to not, like, exercising your discipline to not be violent is, I don't know. I'll get back to y'all on that. Sorry, I'm like Alex Jones. Sometimes I'm kind of retarded.
Oh, I get it. You're retarded.
Uh-oh, retard alert!
Again, I appreciate y'all so much. I love y'all. Christ is King, Christ is Lord. Thank you so much. Come on Saturday. You guys got to come on Saturday. Shop at dldhardware.com if you build guns. Shop at definitionknives.com if you enjoy very well priced cutlery for your EDC needs. And we'll catch y'all in the next one. Thank you, mods. Thank you, channel members. And you know what? Just for good measure, I'll drop this one more time. Here you go. $35 in free ammo for you. Appreciate y'all. Love y'all. Have a good one. Yo, Matt Telhar, brother. Good to see you, man. Yo, my guy. Great to see you, brother. Hope you're well, man. Dang. Yeah, we had a bunch of OGs roll up in here today, man. Be a person of violence, not a violent person. I love that. I love that. Great to see you, man. I saw your email. I still haven't been able to get back to you yet, man. Sorry, sometimes I suck at stuff like that. But love y'all. God bless all y'all. Christ is King. We'll catch y'all in the next one. Peace.